Okay, welcome to the INLP Center. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Mike Bundrant, an INA certified NLP trainer. This is my wife Hope, the director of the INLP Center. We're glad to have you here. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to stay focused in a conversation and how to help other people stay focused. This is applicable in so many different situations. It's applicable with children, it's applicable in a business meeting, notorious for going off topic, in a classroom, just among people. It's applicable everywhere. We tend to get distracted into other topics. So this is the concept we're going to introduce. It's something that Hope actually just came up with, and it's related to the NLP concept of chunking. And this is how it goes. It basically suggests that there are two ways that ideas can flow. They can flow up and down, and they can flow from side to side. Two ways, up and down and side to side. So if we take a concept and we start talking about it, if the ideas flow down, they become more and more concrete and usually more specific. If the ideas flow from side to side, then they tend to be going from a topic to other similar related topics. So let me illustrate how this can work. You can start anywhere with any topic. We're going to start with a conversation that we were just having about our 2013 family vacation. And the goal is to get down here toward a decision. So that's our context. 2013 vacation. So in order for the ideas to start to flow downward, we start to talk about where do we want to go, and we might talk about several different options. Do we want to go to Hawaii? Do we want to go to Europe? Do we want to go to South America? Do we want to do a humanitarian mission? Those kinds of things. When are we going to go? Lots of details we could discuss there. The cost, how are we going to pay for it, and so on and so forth. Lots here. Then maybe lots of details about arrangements and so on and so forth, logistics. And then if we continue down this successfully, we can actually come to a decision about our 2013 vacation. So we're flowing from this idea, this concept, and we're just bringing it into a funnel down to a decision. That's the up and down flow of ideas. And if we get down here and we figure out something about logistics that doesn't work with cost or what have you, then we go back up and we discuss, well, maybe that location won't work, or maybe that time of year won't work, and then we work it all out. Now, one of the things that we tend to do is we get talking about, well, where do you want to go on vacation? Well, you want to go on vacation. We want to go, let's go to Hawaii, or do we want to go on a cruise? And then we'll go, oh, you remember the cruise we went on last year? Now, as soon as we do that, we introduce another idea. The 2011 vacation, right? Now, that could begin a whole new vertical line here. Oh, you remember that? Yeah, we went here, and oh, it was really expensive, and oh, what a pain this or that or the other thing was. And now we're on a completely parallel topic, which is relevant, it may be relevant, but just noticing we're on a parallel topic is really important. Now, we could also get to, let's say, cost. We're talking about cost. And I go, oh, you know what? I'm not going to get a bonus this year. And oh, my boss, and he bugs me so bad. You know what? The other day, he was coming into the office, and he's so selfish, and blah, 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 blah. And here, I've just skipped to my bonus, over to my boss, and we can start going down this path. Now, you're going to probably recognize this is really, really common. And the problem is, and you could keep going about your boss and his history and where he came from and who knows what.
Well, additionally, what can happen is now the two of us might get in an argument about what I think he should do about his boss and what he thinks he should do about his boss. If
Right,
we have one.
Right.
And now we're in an argument, and now forget any exciting plans of 2013 vacation. And then next time we want to talk about a 13 vacation, we're both going to have really bad feelings about it.
Throw up our hands, run out of the room. We can't get everything done. Well, we started out excited to talk about this 2013 vacation and get to a point where we could resolve it, and we end up over here in an argument about what I should do about my boss. Right? So the point of this whole thing, it's not just about, this is about the flow of ideas. The point of this whole thing is, can you recognize when you get off topic and go sideways? And when you recognize that, can you bring it back or recognize that you're there and it may be a valuable part of the conversation? We may learn things from last year
Absolutely.
that we want to apply to next year and so forth. So it can be valuable, but do you recognize when it's valuable, when it's not, and do you recognize what you're doing? That's one of the main points. Now, as this applies to children, teaching children, Hope has a lot of experience with this in terms of children. You're teaching children, and especially creative children. A lot of creative children get labeled ADHD, and they tend to go sideways quite a lot, don't they?
They do. They do. A perfect example of this is my son, Jesse. He's in 9th grade. I'm his teacher because he homeschools. So I really need to be able to teach him a certain topic. Let's say a social studies topic. Maybe we're talking about the revolution. And so I'm trying to teach him about the revolution. And as soon as we get to, who were the leaders? Who are the leaders of the revolution? Then that might go into presidents, right? And George Washington. Then that might lead into our current topic, that we're all talking about. Who should be our president next year in America? So we end up, and then he starts talking about liberals and Democrats and Republicans
and the current election,
and all of his beliefs. And now we've moved completely off of what our topic was of, hey, today our job is to learn about the revolution, and now we're into a political discussion about something else. And it's fine. I love those kinds of discussions. We have those all the time. The problem is when we have to get to the end result, which is, okay, you need to learn about this. We have a test tomorrow. That's when it becomes a problem. And so with my son and with other creative type thinkers, one thing is I say, okay, we have a goal. This is our goal. We're going to need to stay really on topic, and we're going to work our way down to something more specific so you understand. And every time he starts getting distracted, or I start getting distracted, which is really easy too because we're both similar in that way, we have to jump back. So we're moving over here, getting into all these other details. We have to move back and go, okay, let's get back to what we are really talking about. And we have to do that. And it's so much disciplining ourselves to go back into that topic so we can achieve a goal. And that's where understanding how our thinking processes work are very useful so that we can eventually achieve our goal, when we want to achieve our goal, and be able to stay on topic and cover everything and go through all the steps to get there. So it's very useful in that. In a regular discussion, it's wonderful.
Casual conversation, it goes where it goes, and that's fine. But if you ever want to accomplish something through a conversation, whether you're teaching, you're having a business meeting, or if you're a counselor with a client, and you have a mutual goal to accomplish something, then this really comes into play heavily. Now, there's so much that you can do with this. I actually have to stay contained here too and not go off track. One helpful suggestion, one thing you can do if you're sitting down to have a conversation with someone or you're running a business meeting, draw the graph and write the goal, write the topic that you're talking about, introduce it, the things that you want to get done, that you want to discuss, and the conclusion that you want to come to, and then during the meeting, put a little dot every time you go off topic. Yeah. And then you're at least tracking what is going on. And if going on off topic is helpful, then allow it. If it's not helpful, or the moment that it becomes a distraction, then direct the conversation back to the main thread, and you will absolutely stay more on topic and less distracted than you typically would.
And this is an NLP concept. This is very similar to some of the other concepts that we teach at the NLP Center, things you can learn. All of these are techniques, understanding thinking processes to be more effective.
Absolutely. And so Thanks again for watching the video. We'd love to hear your comments and feedback, and thanks for joining us at the INLP Center.